Okay, just to record what sort of moves I've come up with to fix the faces. Now, basically it's just simple repeated moves. They have a period, but the period is different for the corners and the faces. And in fact, for these moves, the corners lock into place earlier than the faces, which then results in the permutation of the faces, you know, leaving the corners unchanged. So here's the first one, which just goes always keeping one thumb on a face, and that's just doing it 9 times. And the effect this has is that this was the original orientation of the cube. These two get swapped, and then, well, in the back, those 4 get kind of cycled around. It's a 4 cycle. So what that means, if I do this again, those get swapped back. So basically they would be fixed by doing 18 of those mini moves that I just did. And then the 4 cycle is going to be broken up into 2 cycles. So let's just do this, so another 9. So now these 2 are fixed, and what you can see here is that on the opposite side, so the opposite 2, they get swapped. And also these 2 on the sides, they get swapped. So if I do another 18 of those, that takes it back. So these 2 get swapped back into place, and these ones too. Okay, so that's a good one to know. So we'll do 18. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. So that brings it back, okay? So again, if I just do 9, then that swaps those 2. Sometimes that's something you want to do. Just to start things off, to start fixing off faces, you might just want to put one face into place. So maybe it has to move here, so just do your 9 moves, and that puts that one face into place. Okay, if I do it 18 times, it leaves those 2 guys fixed. First, start with the thumb here, swaps those 2, and swaps the opposite 2. Okay, that's a good move. Then the other good move that I have is combining. So this is the front. So I'll do this move and that move, and I do it until this corner is green again. Okay. Again, it's just one move over and over, and you get different periods for the faces and the corners. And this has a interesting effect. It leaves those 2 guys here fixed. So I'll do this one and that one, and then obviously what I'll do here is I don't touch those 2 guys at all. So they're bound to be fixed. Okay, so they're bound to be fixed. But what else does it do? Well, the other thing it does is it swaps those 2 guys around, and it swaps those 2 guys around. Okay, so those 2 are fixed, those 2 are swapped, and those 2 are swapped. Also very, very useful move. So if I wanted to move back to where we came from, it's basically just doing it again. So wait until the green comes up. And we're back to here. Okay, so let's mess it up a little bit. So I'll just swap things around a little bit. That's one of my moves. So maybe do it here. And maybe do one of those other guys. So I just want to jumble up things a little bit, and now I want to bring it back to what I had. So in this case, there's already one face in place. Coincidence. Let's just say there's no face in place. So I could, for example, start by putting one in in its right position like this. I could use my 9 move to just swap those 2 places, and I'm not really concerned about the others, and that would bring the pink in the right position. So just kind of go like this until the pink's all fixed. There, it's all fixed. Now we've got these other guys out of place. So these other guys out of place. Now with the second sort of move, I can actually fix stuff, right? So here there's the green that could come up here. Let's just move it around like this. Okay, so if I fix those 2 and exchange those 2, then the green will actually go down here where I want it to be, and then I've got the pink and the green in the right place. So let's just do our second kind of move. So we're going to wait until the blue shows up here. So blue shows up here, and we've got the pink in the right place, the green in the right place, and the orange in the right place. And the other 3 are out of place. Okay, so this is like one common thing you can get. The other common one is that these 3 are in the right place, and those 3 are cycled around. Let's just see, maybe we can find something. So let's just see what we can do using one of our moves. Let's see. Okay, so if I put this one up, for example, so if I put this one up and do my move on this side, then these 2 are going to be fixed. The blue is going to go down there. So what effect is this going to have? Well, then we're going to have a blue in the right place, and a pink in the right place, and a green in the right place. That one's going to come up here. Then this one's going to change back to here, and the yellow is going to go here. So basically we're going to get another banded thing like this. Okay, so we don't want that. So let's just see what happens if I turn things around like so. So now the band is going like this, and I'm going to do the exchanges on the other side. Then I'm going to fix those 2 guys. The blue is going to go down, so that's going to be out of place. The orange is going to go up, so that's going to be out of place. This one's going to go in the back, so that's going to be in place, and that's going to be out of place. So this one's going to be in place, this one's going to be in place, this one's going to be in place. That means we're going to have something like this happening. So let's just do this. We're waiting for the pink to come up here. Okay, so there's a pink, and so now these 3 are fixed up like this, and the other ones are cycled around. Okay. Okay, so that's another kind of common situation. And of course, I mean, by just doing the same sort of thing that I just did in reverse order, we can get to the other sort of band. Now let's see whether we can get this here closer to something that we actually want. Okay, so we can, for example, we can try to swap those 2 and fix this one. Okay, swap those 2 and fix this one. What's that going to do? Well, it's also going to fix that guy. Okay, so those 2 are swapped. That's fixed, that's fixed. So then the other thing that's going to happen is that the blue gets pushed over here. Okay, so blue gets pushed over here. Then we've got a yellow here in the right place, and the blue, so this eventually will also be a swap. Then that's right. So we've got a swap here, we've got a swap here, we've got something in place, and we've got something in place. So that's actually going to work for us in the end. So here we've got a 3 cycle around, and we position it like this. We want to keep those 2 guys fixed, so we're going to make our move on this side here, and we're going to wait until the blue corner shows up again there in the back. There. So the blue corner is up now. So how is this going to help us? Well, let's have a close look. Now we've got 2 fixed here. We've got 2 that need to be swapped, and we've got 2 to need to be swapped. That's actually a job for our second special move there again. So we can leave those here. That's going to fix them, and those 2 are going to be swapped. Those 2 are going to be swapped, and we're going to be fine. So we're going to just go here and wait for the orange to show up. And it's solved.